back into open session on a motion by trustee Zay and a second by trustee Labar. I guess we still need to vote on that. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Okay, we will now continue on with budget, finance, and audit. Trustee Rittenhouse.
Modifications, SC list. I wasn't able to pull up any list if there was a list sent out.
Okay, so I didn't do all the updates I wanted to, but I did finish the payroll line items that we had talked about.
Mm-hmm.
So, with Scott's help, so there are still quite a few. If we can, we should get them taken care of. What I did for the general fund payroll line items for that adjustment is I took it from Don Handler's payroll line item because we have remaining in there. And then for the water fund, I took it from it's just the deputy clerk line item because we had excess in there. And then for the sewer fund, we took it from equipment rental.
Okay.
So those were the updates to that original draft, is just where we were taking the money from. Do you want to look at them?
Yeah, I never seen any of them, but I mean, I'm having a hard time with getting pulling that stuff up.
Oh, okay.
I'll have to have it because I can either open it in a PDF viewer or Chrome, and then both of them, neither of them allowing me to do what I'm needing to do.
Okay.
I could probably do mine. My thing is I can't burn anything off.
So if everyone's had a chance to take a look at those, I mean, they're pretty straightforward. There's nothing.
Anyone else?
There's nothing. Does anyone have any questions on those?
You guys want to look at them? Or
I'll
were
take
you
it.
able to?
I'll take a peek at it.
They're pretty general and straightforward, so.
I was hoping to have more, but we'll just have to add more next month.
It's all the same one you had in draft.
It is.
Right.
Yeah, so
Okay.
the update that I did, and I didn't put it on the folder, the share folder until today, was where we were pulling the money from. But everything else stayed the same.
I can come back to the budget modifications if we want to work our way through the bills.
Okay.
Unless, Mike, are you good?
Yeah.
All right, I'd enter into a motion for the budget modifications as proposed.
Okay. We have a motion from trustee Rittenhouse to approve the budget modifications as presented by the clerk treasurer, Megan Aldrich. Do I have a second?
I'll second it.
Second from trustee Zay. Discussion? Trustee Labar?
Aye.
Trustee Rittenhouse?
Aye.
Trustee Zay?
Aye.
Trustee Nagel?
Aye.
And the mayor's an aye.
And with those, it's just really, you're just moving the money around. It doesn't change the budget.
No.
The money's all still within the budget. So, I mean, even if you end up having to put a little back, it's just a budget modification. So, I think sometimes people get hung up on those, and it's really more of the fact that you're just filling one line item back in with something else. So,
Just moving numbers around.
yeah, it's just, that's all it is. So, in the end,
Shell game.
Yeah. So, for special billings, there's none for the community development block grant. The home grant, total development for program deliveries and services, $6,950. And for the town line general contractor for 5 Clinton Street, $21,600. I'd like to make a motion that we approve the special billings.
I would just note that there is a spelling error under general. Should be one N, is he? I assume that's how he spells it, with one N.
Okay.
Okay, I have a motion from trustee Rittenhouse to approve the special billings. Do I have a second?
Second.
Trustee Nagel, discussion? Trustee Labar?
Aye.
Trustee Rittenhouse?
Aye.
Trustee Zay?
Aye.
Trustee Nagel?
Aye.
And the mayor's an aye.
I would take it with you catching the two N's, that could be the editor in you that's caught that N.
Well, probably the one that made the mistake in the first place.
So under bills, under the general, we paid checks 17581 through 17591 in the amount of $25,098.82. We audited checks in the amount of $136,028.42. Under the water, we paid checks 1716 through 1720 in the amount of $9,082. $1,000,000.44. We audited checks in the amount of $16,782.25. Under the sewer, we paid checks 1509 through 1514 in the amount of $9,207.97, and we audited checks in the amount of $35,969.95. Motion to pay the bills under the general water and sewer.
A motion from trustee Rittenhouse to approve the payment of the bills under general water and sewer. Do I have a second?
I'll second it.
Second from trustee Zay. Discussion? Trustee Labar?
Aye.
Trustee Rittenhouse?
Aye.
Trustee Zay?
Aye.
Trustee Nagel?
Aye.
And the mayor's an aye.
And there are no abandoned bond payments, and under the MedX billing account payments, Livingston County EMS, $2,700. There are no patient reimbursements. MedX invoice 2019-3 for the amount of $2,626. The Village of Dansville payment of $10,738.85. And the Dansville ambulance had a payment of $13,125.27. Motion to pay the MedX billing account payments.
We have a motion from trustee Rittenhouse to pay the MedX billing account payments. Second?
Second.
Second from trustee Labar. Discussion. Trustee Nagel.
Aye.
Trustee Zay.
Aye.
Trustee Rittenhouse.
Aye.
Trustee Labar.
Aye.
And the mayor's an aye. Anybody have anything they want to add into budget, finance, and audit? Other than maybe we ought to discuss when we want to have our budget meeting, budget workshop, which is open to the public.
It's a separate meeting
Yeah,
to talk about.
we go line by line, go through everything and balance it up. We still have to balance it. I haven't gotten it that far yet. And then maybe people want to change it around. There were a couple of options, so I would like to have the board involved in that.
Name a date.
How about next Tuesday?
Yeah, I'm good.
Yeah, I'm just thinking, I'm feeling good.
What you, Dick?
Next Tuesday,
Yeah.
Still March.
right to the end.
Yeah.
Right to the end.
Nice
How about you, Mike?
Yeah, Tuesday would be good for me.
I don't think I got anything going on.
Would you, what time do you want to meet?
Want to do
5 p.m.
5? I can do 5.
How's 5?
How's 4:30?
4:30 is fine for me, either way you look at it.
4:30?
Yeah, I guess so.
I mean, otherwise I'm just gonna go home and sit for an hour, so I'd rather just come straight here.
What are we talking, hour or two on this?
Couple hours probably. I mean, the water and sewer are pretty straightforward, so it'll be mostly the general.
4:30.
Mhm.
Yes.
4:30.
And I don't see it as taking very long.
Yeah, should we go for that?
On my phone.
my calendar.
Can't put it on the calendar.
Want a piece of scrap paper?
Where is my phone?
Want me to call it?
Home on the charger.
I'll text it to you, Mike.
That's okay. I've left mine at home too a couple times when I wanted it. I think I was walking around last week asking where's my phone. Anybody seen it? It was home where I left it.
So do we want to set a budget, public hearing for the next meeting then?
I would say for the department head meeting on the 10th. So that means you'll need to get a notice in the paper again.
Do we want to have that before the meeting or just have it at 6? I think last time we did it an hour early, like there was no show. Maybe we're right at 6.
I would say it's 6 by then. There shouldn't be any questions out of any of the board. It'll depend on the public.
Yeah.
On the 10th, you're saying?
Yeah, just go at regular time. Unless something really big comes up, I don't see the, big agenda for that. Well, actually, the 10th of next month would be our organizational meeting.
We did the same thing last.
But that can be
year.
done
We
anytime
did
during the month. It
everything.
doesn't have to be done that night. We can just,
I think we did the same time. We opened it up,
Yeah,
and we did the
last year we did
organization.
both, and it was
if there's nobody here, it isn't gonna matter then. We'll just go ahead with the other one just like we are with tonight.
I'll be
Okay.
here, Mr. Mayor.
Pardon?
I'll be here.
Okay.
April 10th.
April.
I won't be. Unless I'm sitting out there.
We will
I'll
go-
be here, come here to the meeting.
I'll be here.
I don't know.
We know trustee Labar will be.
Megan, I'll probably, you might
Be here
be
sitting out
a
there.
message or something.
Come on, Jim, I can do that.
Come to the other side.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, enough levity. Let's get on to the serious business of doing the business for the
Village.
people of the village.
Yeah.
Okay. So, we all settled then on workshop next week, Tuesday,
4:30.
4:30. Okay. And then the public hearing will be on the 10th for the regular meeting, or not the regular meeting, but the department head meeting. All right. Public Works, Water and Sewer, trustee Nagel. I think we've already discussed the one item I've got on here, and that's the emergency services at the hospital.
Scott's here tonight, I'll let him.
The only thing I really have is this apprentice program for down at the plant. You guys can just, I don't think anybody really wants to go through the whole thing. But, so basically, it's NIWEA and the state are trying to come up with a way to get young folks or any folks into the wastewater treatment plants. So they're going to basically, they haven't said exactly how much they're going to pay. We would have to pay, there's a minimum, I think it's $15 or $16 an hour. So I mean, if we had a guy here that was a laborer, I'm thinking maybe Woody, and then send him through school, they'll pay like $10 an hour of his pay, which is pretty good.
Yeah.
And it sends them right through the whole enchilada, so they really get a good education.
Mhm.
And
He would come out of that qualified?
he would still have to take the test.
Right.
And things like that, but yeah, that would get him to where he could take the test.
Mm-hmm.
What would be the length of the program? You know?
It's right on the first page, I think it's, what is it, 18 months, I believe?
Yeah, there's stuff listed all the way through 13 to 24 months.
Is that
4
solid?
months, I never really did.
That's not solid, though.
No.
Oh, it's like
No.
that.
And you can, you don't have to go to every class. And the nice part is, you don't have to be at the plant all the time. I
Mhm.
mean, I can still take him if I need him elsewhere, that's not a problem. As long as he's going to class and
Mhm.
he's actually gonna be an operating when he's done, that's all they want. But,
So how long each one of these takes?
And that total of $288.
some of it's online, some of it's a class. Some of it's like our workplace violence, that's part of it, he gets out.
Anybody can take this?
Pardon?
Anybody can take this?
Anybody that we hired, they have to be
That's
on
all right, yeah.
our payroll, right? Yep. But there was, one of the board members works for one of our vendors, and he said, if we got that in, we'd have a really good chance to get our guy in. He knows the situation.
Mhm.
So, all we have to do now is just basically, he has to sign a piece of paper, we send it in, wait till this thing gets approved. They thought it would be all ready to go in July, maybe before, maybe a little later. I mean, it's gonna happen, but it has to go through the state and what have you. But if we just get it in, the application, we would be ahead of everybody else. There's no obligation. If we don't wanna do it, we don't have to do it. But, I mean, they're gonna pay $10 an hour for one of our guys, and we can get them educated. It's like a no-brainer to me.
Yep.
Well, how would that impact Woody in the event that he's only a seasonal worker, or,
Well, we'd have to make the commitment, hopefully, at that point, we can make the commitment.
no, but I mean,
And get
if he's
clear.
gonna go over he has to be out 90 days, so once he come up on his 90-day period,
In May sometime, middle of May.
and this is what, July?
Yeah, so we'll probably have to make a decision what we're gonna do down the road.
So you're not looking at really a part-timer anymore, you're gonna have to look at either somebody else or hiring him full-time.
But like I said, hopefully this will all work out, and, we'll get some news from Randy one way or the other.
Mhm. But the first step is just to let them know that we're interested.
Correct. No obligation, I mean, we don't have
Well,
to.
the other thing is you gotta put that a bid out to see if anyone else would wanna go to a wastewater plant and all that, correct?
Well, if we hired somebody, it could be anybody, we'd have to post a position, say we posted as a laborer because we could. That would be the minimum qualification for pay that we have.
Mhm.
And, yeah, anybody could bid on it.
But as soon as they start doing that, they're technically no longer that, they're a trainee, which is higher than a laborer, right? I mean, because that's what they're doing that for, is a trainee's position. So now you're gonna have to pay them the trainee wages. I mean, I get the fact you get some of it back and we get the thing in the end, but then you gotta look and say, is whichever person you're looking at down there, are they the right person, long-term, you know, and be the person that we're gonna put down there for a good number of years. You know what I'm saying? I mean,
Well, I guess the first step right now is, that, do you want me to go ahead and sign off on,
I think if you don't have to, I mean, you might as well do it.
as long as we're not obligated?
Yeah, we're not obligated.
Figure it out later.
And that gives us time to research
We
it.
definitely, now you put something together and say, okay, this is my plan on how we get to where we're gonna go.
Mhm.
You know, then come back and I would think, present that back to the board of, hey, here's my idea of what I wanna do, and this is my way of, my mechanism to that point,
Mhm.
I would think.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think we definitely show interest in it, because we know in the future you're gonna need people anyways.
Yeah.
Now, Chris is already past this point, correct?
Yeah, it wouldn't, yeah, a little too late for Chris, unfortunately.
Because he's already got his 2A license?
No, not yet, he's got
He's working on it.
he's working on it.
Mhm.
He's through, I mean, he takes another class and then pretty much he just gotta take the test and then put his time in.
Mhm.
And have his license. Doug's up for next week for the test, so.
Then we'll be good to go there.
Yep.
It won't matter with Randy. Whatever happens there. Yeah. Yeah. Nothing's a guarantee. Okay, well,
Code of Water and Sewer. I've always wondered, I probably asked this question before and I probably got an answer on it, but have they ever offered a tour of the water plant?
water plant, I believe they did way back when it was first opened up.
I mean, I've taken one individually, it was quite interesting, you know,
Mhm.
for people to want to see where.
Water or wastewater?
Well, I'd say either one, actually.
Wastewater, we have done nothing.
Yeah, we had a group down there.
Yeah, they have.
Well,
Times we did.
we had Rotary down there,
Yeah, we had Rotary. What was the other group?
but we've never had an open house.
No.
No.
You know, just help explain to people, you know, what's going on with.
They've probably never seen it.
Well, I wonder if there's
Yeah, I don't
any
even know where it
classes,
is.
if there's any classes at the school that would be geared towards like, not wastewater plant, but even in engineering. I know they have a lot of technology classes and
Mhm.
stuff. You know, I mean, even if they reached out just to, you know, because who as a kid says, geez, let's go run the wastewater treatment plant or the water plant? But if they have some of these career days and they were to have something where they could do a tour, I know that they go up to one of the local farms and they show them, you know, the farming aspects, and they show them all the different stages of that. I mean, even if it's a short tour, it's still showing. And some kid might, who has an engineering ideas or whatever, could say, well, here's an idea right here, and a homegrown person, because that's what we talk about now. And nothing against any of the workers, but some of them, you know, if you're looking to put them through 4 years of school, and they're getting closer to retirement, that's where you're like, well, you try to get younger people to become your operators so you have them for all those years.
And these figures that we're paying these people are nothing to kick at, you know. I mean,
No.
That was good money.
Good job.
it's a good 4-year plan to get in there and make $60,000-$70,000 or whatever, start, you know, whatever.
So,
Okay.
Just a question is all, and I'd be interested in some people.
Do we need a motion and vote on that for you to sign that, or do you just sign it?
Why don't you do that?
I make
It's
a
on the
motion that
record.
you sign that and we submit it as long as we're not tied to it.
Okay, motion from trustee Zay to go ahead and send in our application, I guess that would be called, for a wastewater, what do you call that?
apprentice.
Apprentice or apprentice program. Do I have a second?
I'll second it.
Second from trustee Nagel. Any further discussion? Trustee Labar?
Aye.
Trustee Rittenhouse?
Aye.
Trustee Zay?
Aye.
Trustee Nagel?
Aye.
And I'm an aye as well. Okay, good. Anything else, Scott, for the place down there?
No, I just share with everybody because it was kind of odd, but we had DEC give us a visit yesterday. Somebody turned us in because we were taking our finished compost up to the dump. I don't know who, why, or what, but and everything's good. Everything's in order. Doug's done a really good job with paperwork, so I went down today just to check, make sure everything was in order.
Mhm.
He's got it right up to snuff. Permit's there, and I read through the whole permit, and then we're all good. So just to throw it out there in case somebody says something or whatever. I don't know, a concerned citizen, who knows, but.
Yeah, yeah, that's right. Anyway,
I don't know.
you wanna mention that other thing you mentioned to me today, or you just wanna wait on that, the business of the, asset management?
Oh, yeah, I can do that. Yeah, so today, I don't know, I guess Doug came up with this fella through one of the vendors that comes to the plant. He used to be a wastewater treatment plant operator, and he was a water treatment plant operator also. And he just saw the need for, what we need as far as pump stations and this and that, so he started his own business. And he apparently did it with some investors because it's pretty in-depth. And he's from Gowanda. And he came down today, and it was odd because MRB was coming down today to go over everything, and then they canceled because of the weather, because we had to go outside. I guess the guy was a little afraid of a little snow, but whatever, he's coming tomorrow, so I'm gonna have this guy back tomorrow. But so MRB, like, we'll go out and collect data, but we have to send it to MRB, and then they plot it for us with like a Trimble unit. Where this asset management, basically, our guys can do it. So we can take everything that MRB's done for us, put into this, or vice versa. We can take our stuff, give it back to MRB, say they're doing a project for us or whatever. But any of our guys can do it. It's very easy. The technology's come a long way. So basically they'll take like a laptop or iPad or whatever, and then they'll have a little unit so they can go out, say they go to your house and turn your water off. They want to locate that valve that day, boom, they locate it, boom, it's right on instantly. And then, they can do work orders. So Jess will call them to do a water shut off. She can type it in, goes right to the guys, and it follows it all the way through from start to finish to make sure it gets done. And Jess can see it all the way through. There's just a lot to it. If we get to that point and everybody's still in the room, we'll bring them down and have a presentation. But it's a really nice system. And he also has things for pump stations so that we can tell. Doug could get a call in the middle of the night that a pump station on Gray Street's got a problem. And a lot of times, one pump will clog, but it won't switch over. You can do it right from the laptop or your cell phone. You can actually turn on the other pump from home without even coming down. I mean, it's just there's a lot you can do with it. And, there's dialers to alert however many people we want. It's endless, really. Really nice system, so.
What are we looking at cost-wise?
It was about $800 a year, which I didn't think was that bad. Pretty cheap, really.
What ties into what we already have?
As far as what MRB has, you mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, he said you could download everything that MRB had right now in about 15 minutes and have it on the maps. We can print our own maps. He's actually got a couple of meetings with MRB, but he's kind of stepping on their toes, if you will, a little bit because. Which I'm all for it because that's just what we need. I don't want to go out and do all this and then send it to MRB, wait for those guys to plot it. It costs a lot of money. We can just do it ourselves. So we're not we're still going to work with MRB.
Well, it'll still be their GIS system.
Yeah, it will be our GIS system.
Yeah, but they're the ones that it's home-based out of. We don't have it here, it's up there.
Oh, we have it here now. Yeah, we have it on our system.
But everything we input goes to them and stored up there.
Well, it's actually not even stored up there. It's in the cloud.
That's up there.
Yeah.
It's up somewhere.
This business, is this a startup business, or have they been in business for a while?
They've been in business, because that was my concern. I said, are you going to be around in 10 years?
And where are they currently set up? Any places nearby?
Yeah, there's a lot of places.
Okay.
Yeah. So
what would be the closest one?
Well, he was going to Retzoff today.
Okay.
Hornell.
And they're already doing that,
Perry.
utilizing their services. Okay.
I don't know about Retzoff. I don't know where he was going to go to Retzoff.
You said Perry?
He's over in Perry.
Perry would probably be a good one to take a look at.
So there's a lot of them. I mean, there's a ton of these systems out there. But I'd like somebody local, because most of them, it's through the internet. And,
Mhm.
I'd like to be able to get my hands on
Guys, we
somebody
can go
if
on
need
if he needs to come down for something.
Yeah, he's got guys out, like they'll come down to the pump stations,
Mhm.
set them up. He had a really nice system for the pump stations. Really nice. Keeps track of everything. Tiny
All for
drum.
$800 a year?
That
Pardon?
doesn't sound right.
No, the pump stations, they're all separate themselves. So if you put the unit in the pump station, it'll cost you $20 a month. And it's just, I called up today, it's just about what we're paying for a phone line. So it's about a wash. It does it through cell.
So that would eliminate the phone line?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, eliminate the phone. So it's almost a wash there.
Yeah.
You gotta buy the equipment. I would just, if we just did maybe 1 or 2 a year, so we got them all updated.
Some pump stations actually cost more. That one that you called on was less.
Oh, was it? The other ones are
Yeah,
more?
it depends.
Wonder why?
Um,
I don't see those bills. You always take care of those.
yeah, so that would be
Cheaper one?
cheaper option.
Because he said most of his clients are like $40 for those, and he said it's an easy sell. I walk in and I save them $20 a month right there. They go for it. I don't know.
Well, we can take a look at it when we get closer to making a
Yep.
decision.
Scott, you mentioned DEC and the dump, did we ever get the gates put up there?
Yeah. Gates up. I got to get the operator. I'm just waiting. As soon as we're going to start over on the bridge
In the
tomorrow.
springtime, people are gonna wanna put stuff up there and things like that,
Yeah, we got to pour the base that holds the gate, and we throw the operator. And power's in. Everything's done. So
We don't open
Need a
the
little
dump
concrete.
until the 1st of May.
What do you got going on the bridge tomorrow?
we're
Good to
gonna
have
start
it done ahead of
some
time,
trenches.
Oh, to have the gate done, yeah.
Yeah.
Them and some curbing, paver.
How long do you think before you'll have it paved?
As soon as they open the plants, I hope they open, middle of April, and we'll be the first one on the docket. Already told. But we'll see. I gotta see what the county bid comes out before I say too much, because that will be the new county bid that will be on. I haven't seen it yet. Probably Spallina or Ramsey, one of the two.
Ramsey,
Ramsey, whoever's on the bid.
he has a plant?
No, but for paving.
No, okay.
Whoever the low bidder is this will be
You're
over.
again, probably have to wait till next month.
Okay.
What's that?
There again, probably have to wait till next month.
People have been asking me, and I said, May, just be on the safe side.
Oh, that's a good call.
Because it depends on rain and everything else.
You know,
If we get it done sooner, then we're,
Another 2 foot of snow tomorrow.
yeah,
Start raining all April or something.
yeah. Just never know. Okay, anything else on water sewer? How about trustee Labar, streets?
I did speak with Scott previously, and he said nothing new. And I said, well, it's not 7 o'clock yet, so I'll ask him for the update.
I actually had the boys up, the street guys have been up to the dump today. They're clearing out an area up there so that I'm gonna try to make a place for the residents to dump, so when they come in, they're all on good hard packed ground, so they don't have to go way up back in the mud hole. So that's what they were up doing today. Like I say, tomorrow I won't be patching your street, and we'll go over on the bridge we're doing. So.
Anybody patched North Elizabeth yet?
North Elizabeth?
Yeah, the one we want to actually pave. But right now, the holes are there, and they are many.
I'll send him down through there tomorrow. I thought they were gonna start digging it up, but now they're down.
I sit back on Maple Street.
Yeah.
Oh, you're still waiting for Liberty?
Yeah,
Liberty's-
they
yeah,
haven't
they
come
gotta
through.
They haven't gone through
They
there yet.
stopped, once the weather got real bad, they stopped right there on the corner of Circle Road.
I don't know why they did that either.
And they tore the sidewalk up and then left it like that for the kids to walk by there all winter. It was kinda like,
I gotta go down and see them and find out. It's
Wait,
still
wait.
sitting there.
But you say they're gonna do North Elizabeth. So, do we know when? Can we get them moved over there?
Well, that's why I gotta go see them tomorrow and find out. I wanna find out.
'Cause that
so
is-
I don't have to walk around that anymore, and then.
yeah, it's been horrible all winter.
And they haven't gave me their list yet of the whole village either. I've been asking for that, so.
Hard to do something when you don't have that list.
I know.
Hard to plan.
We'll get it.
Okay, anything else, Scott? Not, we'll move on to Parks and Rec. Trustee Nagel. I think you see everything on there as far as the statute committee. Concern, that's tomorrow.
Statue.
Pardon?
We'll bring the statue up.
Okay. Yeah, I know they've got a meeting over at the Red Cross Chapter House on Thursday night. Jeff Swift's gonna be talking to him. I guess he's got some plans, a local guy. So we'll see what happens with that. And I don't have anything for technology. I guess, how we doing with codifications tonight, so that's not an issue.
Coming along.
I guess we're caught up. Gee. All right. Have we taken a look at numbers as far as energy goes? We should reach out and see how much we've saved over the past year here sometime soon. I'm not sure. When did we start with them? It was just about a year ago, wasn't it?
It doesn't feel like it's been that long, but it probably
Well, maybe
has.
not.
No,
Probably
it
been
probably
two.
has.
Should've been 2.
Yeah.
I just like to, I thought they said they could tell us just how much we've saved this year.
Yeah.
I'd like to know.
I think it's about the time we started is when they came in here to do that.
Yeah,
It's been at least a year.
yeah.
I made a note, so we can do it.
Put it on the action item list.
Thousands.
Well, I'd like to think that.
Well, fun.
Just thought about today when I was going through the bill.
Mhm.
Okay. I have nothing under unfinished business, so I guess we'll move along. I'll entertain a motion to close the public hearing on our local law to adopt the code.
Motion?
I have a motion from trustee Rittenhouse. Do I have a second?
I'll second it.
I have a second from trustee Zay, and the time is just about 9 o'clock. 8 o'clock, excuse me. I'm in a rush.
What happens at 9 o'clock?
Nothing
Same
important.
reason he wants to see 9 o'clock in here.
Okay. And it might all be just another day.
Amen.
No matter how you look at it. Okay. So, have a motion and a second. Any discussion on the code? Closing meeting. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Now, I'll entertain a motion to adopt it.
I'd like to make that motion.
Okay. Have a motion from trustee Rittenhouse. Second.
I'll second.
Second from trustee Nagel. Any discussion on that, on adopting the local law? Okay.
Well, really, we're not adopting any new law, we're just adopting.
Well, I think that does go down as a law.
Oh, does it?
Yeah.
Okay, great, yeah,
Mhm.
I'm good.
It just moves, just legalizes everything else into one big thing. Okay, so we got a motion and a second. Any discussion? Trustee Labar,
Aye.
trustee Rittenhouse,
Aye.
trustee Zay,
Aye.
trustee Nagel,
Aye.
and the mayor's an aye. So,
Very nice job.
good. It was a long
Yep.
time coming, so thank you to everybody who participated in that. And let's see. Next one is declaring April Fair Housing Month.
Motion
This
to
is-
declare April Fair Housing Month.
Okay, I have a motion from trustee Labar. Second.
Aye.
Yeah, trustee Nagels
What the?
makes the second. Discussion. Okay, trustee Nagel,
Aye.
trustee Zay,
Aye.
trustee Rittenhouse,
Aye.
trustee Labar,
Aye.
mayor's an aye. And the next item is a vote to approve the Livingston County Ambulance Company contract. For me to just sign off saying we go along with it as well. We're not really on the contract, but I will put my name on it, saying that we, as a board,
I'll
have
make
a...
that motion.
Okay, we have a motion from trustee Nagel, a second.
I'll second it.
Second from trustee Zay. Discussion. Trustee Labar,
Aye.
trustee Rittenhouse,
Aye.
trustee Zay,
Aye.
trustee Nagel,
Aye.
and the mayor's an aye. Thank you very much. Motion passes unanimously. And the last but not least
No,
is...
no, there's 2 more.
There's 2 more?
You said you wanted to discuss summer rec. I wrote it down.
Well, yes, we do, and that should have probably come up under Parks and Recreation. We just need to go out to, authorize the clerk to go out with an ad for bids, which will probably only be the same one we've always had, but,
Make a motion.
we have a motion from trustee Rittenhouse to go out for an ad for bids for the summer recreation program. Do I have a second?
Second.
Second from trustee Labar. Discussion. Trustee Nagel?
Aye.
Trustee Zay?
Aye.
Trustee Rittenhouse?
Aye.
Trustee Labar?
Aye.
And I'm an aye. Thank you. Now we're down to one. Discuss and vote on clerk's document destruction request. This is the last of the other stuff.
To make a motion, we move
5 more
forward.
boxes.
You have 4 boxes. You have a motion from trustee Rittenhouse to approve the destruction of the 4 boxes of documents.
I think it was 5, right?
Whatever it
Did you
takes.
say that?
5?
5 more.
Why did I say 4?
She said 5 more.
probably
I
didn't
think
see
it
my
was the
thumb.
4.
Oh, okay.
Still.
Thank you. Thank you for putting me on the straight and narrow.
I keep you in line.
Okay, we have a motion then for trustee Zay and a second from trustee Nagel. Any discussion? Trustee Labar?
Aye.
Trustee Rittenhouse?
Aye.
Trustee Zay?
Aye.
Trustee Nagel?
Aye.
And I'm an aye as well. Okay, can we have an update on the action item list?
Well,
I should say, first of all, is there any other new business that I have not included that needs to be discussed? Not hearing any? Okay, now.
the only thing that I added was the energy comparison.
Mhm.
That's all I added from tonight,
Okay,
unless there's anything else.
all righty. Yes.
That's a good one, too. It'll be interesting.
Public comments. Yvonne, got anything?
No.
Jeff?
No?
Okay.
I only make one as a community comment, as I'm a community member as well. I don't know how this vote's gonna go tonight, but I just wanted to let everyone know it's been a pleasure working with everyone for the last 4 years.
Mhm.
It's very insightful in learning what goes on up here, and so I just wanted to let everyone know that I appreciated working with everyone, and that is everyone. So, and that's all. Just wanted to, I don't know how it's gonna go, but before, it's my last chance to say anything. I just wanted to say that,
And the sun will rise tomorrow.
yes, absolutely.
So I echo those sentiments, and I'll be here tomorrow.
I have one more thing.
Yes, sir.
I think we were gonna do a moment of silence for Denny Cox.
Yes, you're absolutely
Passed
right.
away.
That's what it was. I knew there was something.
Okay, I think we should. For those of you who aren't aware, Dennis Cox is a former retired Dansville police officer, as well as a former member of this board. And certainly deserving of recognition for all of his years of service to the community. And unfortunately, he got called away. So better life, I hope. He had a terrible disease, and I wouldn't wish that on anybody. So with that, I'd just like to ask everybody here, and we enter into the record for a moment of silence. Okay. Thank you very much for reminding me of that.
When is the calling hours or whatever? Chief, you know?
Thursday and funeral Friday, right?
Thursday, 4 to 7 is the calling hours, and Fridays, the funeral at 11.
All at the Foursquare Church, right?
Yeah, Foursquare, yeah.
Mhm.
Everything's right there.
Yeah, saw Eric today over at the barber shop, as a matter of fact. Express my sympathies. Okay.
I'd like to make a motion, we go to executive session as needed.
Okay, we have a motion from trustee Rittenhouse to go into executive session. It's for the same purpose as earlier. Do I have a second?
I'll second.
Second from trustee Zay. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
And Chief, if you would hang loose outside for a moment, please.
Okay, it's been a pleasure. I thought, we might need one more meeting.
He'll be
I
here.
thought this would be the last one, but they're pulling me in for the budget.
Yeah, it's not the end
Well,
yet.
you're till the end of the
It's
month.
not the end yet.
Right.
I was thinking you would be in charge of Main Street
Jasmine would like
Planters.
for you to give her a call tonight.
Oh, yeah,
After
I'm
the-
looking for other
whatever the
opportunities.
result
I don't think she's gonna want a call
And
from
we're
me
looking
tonight
for
after they
someone.
No?
Yeah, I'm going over to the Legion afterwards.
I have a very nice list started. Just an idea.